Joining me now, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Mr. Speaker, great to see you again on The Angle. Now, we're going to get to the issue of the illegal aliens potentially voting in this next election in a minute. But I want you to react to your predecessor, Nancy Pelosi's comments this morning.
She let him deal with this NATO conference. This is a very big deal. Over 30 heads of state are here. And I've said to everyone, let's just hold off. Whatever you're thinking, either tell somebody privately, but you don't have to put that out on the table until we see how we go this week.
What does that tell you about her confidence in Biden? So let's see Biden stumble along with the other leaders who know that he's declining and then do everything next week, or what?
It's been an incredible thing to watch on Capitol Hill. The Democrats are in total disarray. They don't know what to do. They don't have a plan B, but they know they've got a serious problem. And as was noted a moment ago, you're right. It's the biggest political cover-up that we've ever seen, maybe in U.S. history, and it's the most consequential as well. All those NATO leaders are here on the Hill, as you know. These foreign leaders are coming in, prime ministers, heads of state, and they are telling us privately that they're deeply concerned. A weak America is bad for the whole world.
But we keep hearing they're afraid of a second Trump term because it's America first, and they like getting the freebies from the United States. So they kind of like a weak president?
Well, look, I'm not getting that vibe from these leaders that I'm meeting with. Privately, they tell you they're deeply concerned. They need a strong man in the White House because we have to project strength. That's how we maintain peace, through strength. That's Reagan doctrine, and we still believe in that.
And Chuck Schumer seeming to go from I'm with Joe, although when you parse that very short I'm with Joe, he didn't say he's endorsing Joe for re-election or that he wants him to stand. He just, I'm with Joe. All right, so what does that really mean? I'm with him in spirit, with him in...
It's open to individual interpretation. It was very carefully worded, and he said it over and over and over, which is not like Chuck Schumer. You know, he likes to give lots of commentary. They don't know what to say here, Laura. That's the point, is they're really in a bind. And they did it to themselves because they tried to hide the truth from the American people for 3.5 years.
But it was in plain sight. This was hidden in plain sight.
We've all been saying it, but the media went along with their whole charade, and now the jig is up, and everybody can see it.
I was trying to imagine if this next clip I'm going to play for you was you saying this to someone in the hallways as Speaker, I think all hell would have broken loose. But this is Nancy Pelosi in the hallways of Congress today.
Do you believe that him waiting so long to make this decision required
I'm not making any comments in the hallway about the fate of our nation. Okay?
Are you concerned whether or not he can win in November?
I think he can.
Do you believe he should run for re-election?
I'm not speaking English to you. I'm not going to be making any statements about any of that right now in the hallway.
Do you speak English to an African-American female reporter?
It's a bad look for Nancy. At least she got the point right that the fate of the nation is hanging in the balance. The thing is, this is very dangerous for us. You know, we've got all of our adversaries watching this as closely as we are.
Xi and Putin, they know what's going on with Biden.
Right? Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, Cuba, it's a Chinese-led axis of chaos and evil, and they're having sport with this.
Now, the SAVE Act. Illegal immigrants pouring into the country. Like, we've lost that story in the last couple of weeks, but millions have come in. And let's say even a small percentage manages to vote because they think they can reasonably believe that they're allowed to.
Yeah.
What of this?
Well, it's a very serious problem, and the Democrats are trying to pretend as though it's not. We know that. We have millions. By our count, we believe maybe as many as 16 million illegals in the country since Joe Biden took the Oval Office. From day one, he started issuing executive orders, open the border wide. So here's the problem. In all the states right now, it's really easy to register to vote. And when the illegals go to the local welfare office or the local government office and they sign up for benefits, which most of them do, they give them the registration card. All you got to do is check a box. Are you a U.S. citizen? We know that many illegals have already done that. Some states have already done their own audits. They've shown. You got thousands of people. That's enough right now to throw an election, to change the outcome of a congressional seat. The majorities in one of the chambers of the Congress,
so
or maybe
the
even the
legislation will say what?
Well, so the SAVE Act was passed in the House a couple of hours ago. By the way, 198 Democrats voted against it. What does the bill do?
How many Democrats voted for requiring only illegal American citizens to vote?
5 of them, right? That's all the bill says. You have to be a U.S. citizen.
Oh, you
to
smoked
vote in
him
a
out
US
on
election.
that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's devastating for them because there's no way to argue against the necessity of this bill. All it does is it requires the registrars of voters, or in all these offices where they're doing this, to require proof of citizenship. Currently, under federal law, believe it or not, the way the courts have interpreted it, they can't ask for proof. So everybody can fill out this form fraudulently, and that's a serious problem.
All right, I know you don't like doing predictions, but we might do it for the SEC football season coming up.
Right.
But predictions of how many seats right now, given the situation right now, do you think Republicans could potentially pick up in the House?
You're not supposed to overpromise, but I'm very bullish about November. I genuinely believe that we can grow our majority right now from a 3-vote margin to something close to 15 or more. We're never going to have a 40-seat majority again because of the redistricting, gerrymandering of all the districts. There's not that many swing districts, but I'm telling you right now, we're very bullish about November. We don't take anything for granted, but we think we're looking good in many of these swing states.
Isn't this much more fun than the last time I had you on during all the chaos?
This is the best week yet.
Right?
Yes.
A united Republican Party is unstoppable,
That's exactly
especially
right.
in the face of the decline of Biden and his policies.
Amen.
Mr. Speaker, it's great to see you.
You too.
All right,
Thanks
thanks
so
for
much.
coming in.